Welcome back to another Workshop Wednesday. We're so excited to be here with you today. We're talking about a very hot topic right now is marketing, and we're so excited. We've got Jana in the house. Welcome back, Jana. She's been at events everywhere, which she'll share us a little overview. So make sure you get your pen and paper ready for those notes. And Jennifer's back with me again today. Thank you, Jennifer, for being our little facilitator and making sure everyone has the links and the information that they need. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things. It's marketing, social media, branding, and is it the best product that wins or the best known product that wins? So first of all, welcome back, Jana. Tell us a little bit about where you've been and what you've been learning over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we were super excited to head to Miami, and this was probably our 5th time this year. And Laura, you got to join us on one of the conferences, and one of them was all about business, right? Leadership, finance, sales, and marketing. By the way, we'll be diving in a little deep here, because for our staging, design, and real estate companies, sales is sales, marketing is marketing, leadership is leadership. So really stepping outside of our industry that we're used to and saying, okay, how are other people doing this? So that was great to be in the room with people in construction, people that were doctors, lawyers. All of us can have the same problem because we think that the best company wins, right? So you guys were back home, and then I stayed for 3 more days for the Real Estate Summit. Miss Barbara Helsonic joined me. We got to hear all things about how to create passive income, income producing opportunities, generating wealth in real estate, our amazing, lovely industry that we're in, and not just being a business that serves others only, but also being able to have our own book of business as we are growing and developing, and then taking our team with us so they can experience something different than being an employee all the time, living paycheck to paycheck. So super excited. And we're headed off again tomorrow and into Vegas. And so I can't wait to continue the learning journey.
Yeah, so exciting. All of the information that you share with our industry by going to all these events. And I'm really looking forward to, we will be in Las Vegas. So if you're going to be at Las Vegas Market this coming week, please come see us. We're going to be speaking in the expo room on the 27th, Wednesday, from 11 to 12. So we want to meet you in person. We want to give you a high five, a hug, a elbow, a fist bump, whatever you're comfortable with. We want to see you. We want to get to know you, and just hang out a little bit while we're there at Market. We also are super excited because on the 26th, we're also doing a sales mastermind for the home staging and redesign industry. And so how do you increase sales? How do you get close the deals of the people that are calling? How are you closing your QSQs? How are you doing all of that? And we're going to be walking through a 50-page workbook. We're going to do some role playing. We're going to have some scripts ready. It's going to be such a fun time. So if that sounds like something that you've been missing in your life and you really, really, really want to attend, just reach out to me and we can walk through that, maybe get you on virtually or whatever, but it's going to be amazing. So, and we're taking a lot of the information that we're going over is what we just learned at the event. Jana was talking about the business boot camp, Grant Cardone's business boot camp. So it's going to be really great. We're super excited for that. All right. One thing before we jump into the marketing, Jana, what do you see the next couple months looking like for home staging businesses in this current market?
Yes, and I know Jennifer has been talking to a lot of staging businesses and keeping in connect with them. And so looking overall at the real estate industry, we know that that there has not been major surprise that interest rates are allowing more inventory to stay on the market longer. So we don't have the pricing wars. We're actually seeing some properties decrease in price. Can you believe it? So what does that mean for our staging industry? That means that it is time to get the furniture back out, dust it off, buy more inventory. Some of us are having to do that. And we've had the truckloads come into our business, especially when it comes to setting up short-term rental, because that's a great thing too, is now that the supply is tapered off and getting a little bit more full, we're able to have our investors love this season. They're now being able to, it was very hard for them to survive at wanting to get 70 cents on the dollar on a great investment. However, now that prices are reducing, that's going to give them the opportunity, which means it gives all of us the opportunity to purchase investment property, purchase that short-term rental that you're looking at. But Jennifer, I would say that the feeling in our industry is busy, right?
Yes, very busy. In fact, some of the home staging companies that are members of HSRA that I've had the pleasure of chatting with are telling us that they're having their busiest year ever, their busiest June, their busiest July. A lot of them are networking with, other industry too, to help in any way that they can. Several are being featured on HGTV. So yeah, staging is not dead in any way, shape, or form. Your realtors know it. The TV companies know it. When they're putting out products and everything, they're utilizing home staging companies to help their show look better. So 100%, they're doing great.
Yes. And it's great because that just means hiring, right, Lori? I mean, we're looking at, with this busy season, becomes more investment into team, into our systems, making sure that the wheels don't fall off as we continue to grow and scale, which means we've got to go back to basics. We've got to boot camp this thing, bootstrap, and figure out what works, what's working for other companies. And so marketing to me is definitely the lifeblood of the company. If you're having to wait around for sales, if you're a company out there saying, I don't have any business, that means you got to focus on marketing. Marketing is senior to sales always. At the end of the day, we want our sales team to just be order takers, and they're upgrading. Do you want fries with that? It's very, the people are out there, and no matter what area we're in, there's opportunity. So we keep looking for that opportunity. We make the right connections. We shout from the rooftops. We talk about the growth of the industry and the season of real estate that we're in, and we attract the clients we want. I think this is a good jump start for a lot of businesses.
Absolutely. The fact that the phones are ringing now, please don't let that stop your marketing efforts. I know you're busy. I know the staff is probably a little tired if you're in any of the part of the United States that's boiling hot right now. I know it's exhausting, but this is the time because you have endless amount of content to share in your marketing efforts. And so I put together a few notes today to go over with you guys on how to dominate your competition and rise to the top when it comes to marketing. You need to be everywhere all the time. Now, I know you're like, are you kidding me? I can barely even get to the office and get my team out by a specific time. How in the world am I going to be everywhere all the time? I get it. It's tough, but you got to push through. It's only a season. We can do anything for a certain amount of time if we just focus on it. And so one of the first things is you need to sit down and decide you need to increase the number of marketing channels you're using. And this doesn't mean you have to create content on every separate content on every channel. It just means you duplicate it at different times and maybe have one person that you hire, whether it's a virtual assistant. If you're interested in virtual assistants, please let me know. I can help you out with that. Or a staff member that can, re-edit some things that you can use to put out on your social media. I know Model My Home's TikTok right now is blowing up, right, Jana?
It is, and we've got some great opportunities there. And as you mentioned, Lori, it doesn't mean to overwhelm everyone. It means you take content and you repurpose it on a different program or a different outlet. So that's really what it's about, because one of the key things with marketing, it stops us up, right? But it's like, well, my gosh, am I doing too much? But it's assume no one sees it. Assume, do the video, assume that no one sees it on TikTok versus, Instagram versus Facebook or whatever your platforms are. Always try to repurpose content. And when we say don't assume this is you, this could be a team member. This could be a virtual assistant at $3 to $4 an hour. So this is something that is easy and it's duplicatable. Just be everywhere, right? It's like King Kong in a puddle. Show up. No one can ignore you. You want to own your market share.
Exactly. And also, speaking of owning the market share, so do a test run. Post on all of the different outlets. We used to Model My Home used to just be specifically Facebook and Instagram. And then they moved over, they tested out TikTok, right? And they found that they were getting way more leads. They were having way more engagement on TikTok. So they're going to push more content over to TikTok and then have some residual content showing on their Instagram and on their Facebook. And what does that look like? That looks like loading the truck in the morning. That looks like a morning update, what cities you're going to be in, what you're going to be doing. Do you have any openings on your calendar? All of those things that are reasons to create content. Before and afters are huge. Tips, huge. So there is an endless amount of content. And don't, like Jana said, don't think just because you did it once that you don't need to do it again. In fact, you need to continue to do it again. So as you do it, even if you just take 1 week, take 1 week to evaluate which platform's delivering the most for you. And then once you do that, you can increase your marketing budget towards that one more than, any of the other ones. You may not want to run as many Facebook ads, but you may want to pay somebody some additional income to do more videos for TikTok. Right. To edit different videos for TikTok. So you can kind of move things around that way when you're looking to see what's most effective, because you want to go where the attention lies, right? And so you want to make sure you're doing that. And especially if you're one of the staging companies that are super busy right now, like Model My Home, this just means opportunity for more content. How many videos is your staff required to record a day? Is it 5? Is it 1? I know somebody's saying, oh man, that'd be good enough if I could just get 1. I want to challenge you. 5. I just picked a number out of the air. We need 5 videos every day you go out. Figure it out, just 5 short clips, and we can put that out into social media to show what we're doing, what we're coming up against, how we're killing it, staging properties, what's new, all of that fun stuff.
I love it. And if you're getting overwhelmed, right? Like we could totally get overwhelmed. You need to be at the marketing boot camp. So we'll make sure you guys have the information. We're going to be in DC, but hello, you can go virtual to our boot camp. And, Lord, we talk about the sales cycle, right? The sales cycle. We don't need to overcomplicate this. Most people run from sales. They even hate the word. They literally start hyperventilating, breaking out in sweats when we say the word sales. Like, oh my gosh, I have a fear of the phone. I don't want to talk to someone. I want to try to be the used car salesman. But what we love, and that we're going to break it down this week next week in Las Vegas, is going through the sales cycle and understanding how to answer the phone, what to say, how to qualify, how to prepare a quote for every single person, and not a 30-minute quote, right? This is something super easy breezy when it comes to our industry. And then, of course, a fortune in the follow-up. What does that follow-up process look like? What is the third-party touch? So that is this next weekend. But when we're talking marketing precedes sales. And if you have a great marketing system, if you are posting 5 a day and then you know what to do with those, and you've got the team and they're being able to just make your content show up everywhere, then that's going to make it so much easier on the sales cycle. so much easier when it comes to taking orders. So let's give Lori just a few tips on what are some of the things that we're learning when it comes to marketing. Marketing, you don't go to one workshop and that's your plan forever. No, we've got new systems, new operating processes. We have new team that needs to be developed. We have new platforms coming out. So we're continuing to evolve. We're continuing to grow and scale our marketing efforts. So let's talk about a few takeaways that we feel like if somebody came to our marketing mastermind in DC in August, then they're going to be prepped up, ready to go, that we're going to deep dive into some information. So sales is next week in Vegas. And then, of course, we have marketing in August. Do not miss your opportunity to be in the room with some of the best staging companies that are doing big things together. It's just so great to be able to learn and glean from other people that your problems are their problems, and maybe they're just a few more steps ahead of you. And other news, you can be helping someone else, right? The other side of the coin. So there's so many opportunities for us to help, learn, share, and grow together.
Yes, we're so excited for the mastermind. And the first thing is you have to boil down, and it'll be real quick, like who your target is. Yes. If you're marketing, if you have the best marketing efforts, the best graphics, the best email campaigns, all of that, but you're sending it to the wrong person, you're not going to get the sales. And Jana mentioning about the sales is marketing is setting up your sale to be an easy sale. Yes. So that the people answering the phone don't have to do that much work. They're way more productive instead of them having to, explain everything. Your marketing has already done that. They're just calling to say, hey, I'll take it. When sign me up, when's the next one? And so first of all, we're going to boil down who's your person, who's your client, what services. Once we build that up, then we can go into what content you need to create. What are you doing? Are you doing just social media? Are you doing email campaigns, nurture campaigns? Are you doing CE classes? We're going to talk a big overall of all the areas that are opportunities for marketing. It's not just social media as much as we love it. Right. We will be spending a lot of time on it. In fact, I'll probably make somebody do a couple videos while we're there. I'll be pumping you up, making sure that you're not afraid to get in front of the camera, because believe it or not, there's still people that don't like to do videos on their phone. They're just, I don't know what it is, but they're still out there. So we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to be talking about the things that hold you back. Yeah. Some of the top mistakes that from this particular boot camp that we went through, Grant Cardone said they made when they first started was staying small for too long.
Yes.
They didn't want to get the attention. Again, they don't want the attention. They didn't want to get on the phone. They didn't want to make a video. They didn't want to spread the good news of staging and the benefits that it has to the industry. They didn't want to do that. They didn't understand their brand. Brand and marketing are BFFs. If you have to, in every piece of your marketing, it better represent the brand. The brand better represent your core values and your mission statement and what you do. And so we'll talk through all of that as well. Another one that was big was ignoring the social and digital messaging. That's what we're talking about today, is don't be afraid to do that. And also having good content and having a content strategy. Yes. So we'll be going through all of those. Those are some of my big takeaways from what we learned.
Well, and then go ahead. And I'm going to share one slide because I think it's going to really shock people that how much people really, they don't even plan the marketing budget, right? They don't plan that. So I can't wait. Go ahead though.
We'll be sharing a weekly content creation schedule. We'll also be sharing with them, where is it? We have 101 point marketing checklist. So you're not going to want that. Of course, I'm not going to give that to you now because I want to see you in person at the mastermind. And then also just a walkthrough of all the different ways you can do that. So we're going to be sharing that. We're going to share, we're going to make a beginner content creation calendar. And then we're going to have one that's your goal to where you want to get to. And then we're going to give you that checklist, 101 different ways to market, which is going to be
I love it. And, this is what I want you guys to see here, right? This says 47%, almost 50% of businesses spend less than $10,000 when it comes to their digital marketing. And you think about, well, what is digital marketing, right? I mean, it's exactly what Lori's talking about. We're showing, we're telling, proof of concept. We are everywhere whenever they pick up their phone, when they go on their social media outlets at night. Like, we show up. You guys know the people that show up in your feed. Why are they showing up? It's because they're getting attention somehow, some way. And that's what these programs do. They have ad base. If you understand, like, they want as many eyes on our content, but the content that people want to watch, the content that people are interested in. So now it goes back to, if you want to make the money, you've got to invest the money. And we're not telling everybody go spend $10,000 in your digital marketing budget. However, like, we're doing a good, when it comes to online marketing, no doubt we'll invest at least $50K this year alone as far as our staging company. So, and that's not even a 10% of our budget. When you look at what companies are investing in their monthly budgets, most people are allocating 10%. That's why also, Lori, we're going to these events, because that is a form of marketing. We're meeting the realtors that need us. We're meeting those future investors. And there's collaboration there. So think of the HSRA Summit. Think about your ability to create a new partnership, a new local partner at these events. That is marketing. It's so cool. Doing social media, that you're coming to events, you're telling the story. People want to work with people that are successful, that are doing big things, that are everywhere. They're inspired by that. So start being an inspiration and telling that fun story, and get into some digital currency. I would highly encourage you to invest something. Play around, see how it works for you, and see what that ROI brings. And work with, like we are, we're working with consultants that are helping us say yes to things and say no to things. This is where you need to really allocate when it comes to this digital currency.
Yeah. And one thing that I think we've learned over the years, HSRA, is it's easier and you get there faster if you partner with people. So if you're a business owner of a staging design company, redesign company, and you're like, oh, I want to, grow my company. I want to get bigger. I guess I just have to do this, this, and this all on your own. It's never going to happen. You need people around you to partner with you, people who've already been there, done that, who've tested it out. Like Jana having, the biggest staging company in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for 20 years. She's been there, done that. Anything you could think of. One day we'll get on here and we'll just tell staging stories. It will be amazing and everybody will laugh and you guys can get your fun drinks and it'll be great. But she's been there, she's done that. And then she pours all of that information of what not to do and what has worked and been super successful into our community. So if you're not part of the HSRA community, we know you're here at the Home Staging Network, but we want to get you into our support system, the place where members go to get one-on-one support. They get monthly calls with Jennifer. We're always on email. We're in a private group together. We're at events. So definitely check that out, because you can go ahead and schedule a discovery call with Jennifer, talk through your business. And so even in your marketing, don't try to just learn Facebook marketing. Don't try to learn how SEO or Google works if it's really not something that's in your wheelhouse. If that's not easy to you, if it's not like, oh yeah, I could whip this up in 5 seconds, don't waste the time. Invest in somebody who's going to do it and that it's easy for them, so that you can start getting more, leads coming in, more staging opportunities, more short-term rental opportunities to come in. I think that's been our biggest thing that we've learned over the last 4 years since, the pandemic, right, Jana?
Oh, yeah. And I know that Jennifer's been able to help navigate our team whenever it comes to, the clients and volume business. And so, Jennifer, I know that you're also hearing, that companies are changing. You have these business owners that are wanting to create their own book of business. And so what do you think that the main challenge has been when we go into membership and they're coming and, maybe there is some kind of struggle? Would you say that it has to do with sales? Would it be marketing? Would it be trying out new services like short-term rental? I mean, where are some of the key challenges you're hearing about?
I think the big challenges are centered around marketing and sales. And we know that lead gen is a marketing situation. We want to build a bigger pool of people to contact. But the biggest thing that I have encouraged our members and our potential members that I've done discovery calls with is for them to tell their story. That's really what marketing is. I mean, marketing is just making yourself known and when you are unknown. And it's more about giving things than it is about asking. The sale is the ask, right? We're going to ask for the sale, but in the marketing, we want to be giving. We want to be educating people about what home staging is, why it's valuable, how they can see a difference. You know, the before and afters are really awesome because somebody can see an empty room and then see how it was transformed. But it's really cool if your stagers can take a video to show how it got that way. Like, let people in to the backside of your business to see how much work and how much time goes into that quick 10-second change, because that's going to help them understand when you give them a price, they're going to understand, well, I saw your videos about how your stagers talk about how they have to pull and how they design and how they load the truck. And they're able to visually see why there's so much value to what we do as home stagers. And then also with the short-term rentals, let them see behind the scenes. I mean, you know, you're not trying to air all your dirty laundry, but you are trying to give people an opportunity to see what happens and educate them on the value. That if you can do that, if you can make connections with the realtors, if you'll put yourself out there and be in uncomfortable situations where you're in rooms where you're the only one. Jana was the only home stager in all these rooms full of investors and realtors. And now she's bringing home stagers into the rooms with her. She's always brought the home staging industry in, but now there's actually home stagers going in, business owners going in with her because they see what's happening here. And it's building a narrative in that industry for people to say, oh, well, maybe home staging is still a valid thing. Maybe it's something that we do need to have as part of our property marketing. So definitely, I would say that's one of the biggest struggles, whether you're new in business or you've been in business 10 years, you're always going to need a strong marketing. And it's all about telling your story and giving back to the people that you're wanting to serve.
Yeah, so good. So good. That was fire. And remember, staging is marketing for a real estate agent. So if we were having this conversation with a realtor, we would be talking to them about what is in your marketing plan, what tools, meaning staging company, do you have in your marketing plan? When you go to that listing appointment, do you have your stager represented in your listing agreement? Is this one of the people of the team of people that you're going to be bringing to get this home sold quickly and for top dollar? So that's a great tip that you just reminded me of. So that's awesome. All right, Jan, as we wrap up this time here today, do you have any last minute encouragement to the business owners out there who maybe think that they're too busy to get marketing done?
Yeah, you know, it is a team effort. It's a team sport. So don't feel like that you have to do this all by yourself, and use every single opportunity. If you're traveling, if you're going to a conference, going to an event to learn about marketing, to learn about sales, talk about it. You know, people want to hear the story and assume no one sees it, you know, and it is not the best company that wins. It's the best known company. If people can pick up the phone, they think about you first, that you are their go-to because they see you, then that's what you want to create within your market space. So continue. HSRA companies, it's not a coincidence that these are some of the best staging and design companies out there, that they're part of our ecosystem. They're learning, growing, and sharing together. Learning never stops. So take those opportunities and turn them into marketing, turn them into telling the story of your company, because people want to work with people that they know, like, and trust. And the only way they're going to know, like and trust you is they see you. They see what you're about. You're telling the story, and they can connect and relate to it.
So good. And we want to see you. So if you're headed to Las Vegas for market, come check us out on the 27th. We'll be from 11 to 12. If you do want to participate in our sales mastermind, which is on the 26th, we would love to have you. Just reach out to me, leave a message in the put a comment in below. We can get you hooked up, no problem. And then also put on your calendar our workshop that we're having in DC, our marketing mastermind. Yeah. And so we want you to be a part of it. We want to talk to you, help you grow. We're so passionate about this industry, about real estate, and we're so passionate about building business leaders. We love to build them. We love to help. We love to take all that pain and suffering away from you, right? With best business practices and how to grow and scale. So we'll be back next week, maybe from market, because it's going to be around that time. Maybe some of you can join us. We'll go live. It'll be fun. But we'll be back here same time, same place. Thank you so much for participating today. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.